So, we have an idea of what happened to Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa. Now, everything is not 100% clear, but we know more. And after more than a month, the couple's bodies were finally claimed. By what person, we're still not sure. But with all that, now we have a new and breaking story that looks like someone is trying to hide the real facts in the tragedy at the Hackman home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Therefore, we've got to get into it on the Anything History channel. In the quiet corridors of Santa Fe's judicial system, a significant ruling has emerged, stirring up both legal precedent and the profound desire for privacy. The late actor Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were discovered dead in their home on February 26, 2025. Their deaths, though tragic, have raised unsettling questions that go far beyond the public interest in their passing. On March 31, 2025, Judge Matthew Wilson of New Mexico issued a pivotal decision to block the release of public records containing images of the couple's bodies. This ruling came after the Hackman family estate aggressively petitioned the court, citing the distress and potential invasion of privacy that such materials would cause. Judge Wilson agreed, stating that while investigative documents and images could be released, anything depicting the deceased must remain sealed. At first, the case seemed typical, just another celebrity estate matter, but the more we look at it, the more questions arise. Why such an immediate push to keep these records sealed? Who stands to benefit from hiding the truth? Sources close to the case reveal something much darker at play. Gene Hackman's children, who, until recently, were rarely seen near their father in his final years, are now suddenly demanding secrecy, and the media is left to speculate. Could this be a simple attempt to control the narrative surrounding Hackman's passing? Or is there something in those records, something explosive, that could change everything? But the real twist in this unfolding drama comes from Yoshi Feaster, the 90-year-old mother of Betsy Arakawa. Grieving the loss of her daughter, Yoshi has now entered the legal fray, making her own demands in a separate battle. On March 31st, Yoshi's legal representatives issued a statement expressing her desire to protect her daughter's dignity and privacy in the aftermath of her death. Yoshi, described as suffering from dementia and unable to communicate fully, has made it clear through her lawyers that she does not want any public records related to her daughter's death released. In her statement, Yoshi wrote, "I humbly come before this court to request that this court respect my right to grieve in peace." The rest of the statement summed up that she did not wish to see or hear about her daughter's final moments, and that this public spectacle is something no parent should have to endure. The situation raises uncomfortable questions. We may sound a little cynical, but we have reason to be. Betsy was somewhat estranged from her mother and hadn't communicated with her for months or more. We're not questioning the love, but the concern and the strength of the relationships here leading up to Gene and Betsy's deaths. I mean, where was the mother and where were the Hackman children during these final years? Gene and Betsy lived reclusively, but the estrangement between them, and especially their children, seem more apparent now than ever. Yoshi, grieving and facing her own declining health, is fighting for privacy, although because of her health, it's more the lawyers earning a paycheck. Yet the Hackman children seem more focused on controlling how their father's death is portrayed. What's truly at stake here? Consider this. In the past, when other Hollywood legends have passed away, their cause of death and estate matters were publicly disclosed. But in the Hackman case, a legal wall has been thrown up almost immediately. This isn't about privacy, it's about control. The Hackman family doesn't want us to know what's in those records. But why? Could there be a scandal hidden away? Could there be something in those images or documents that would call into question the way the Hackman estate is being handled? Some are even whispering that this entire battle over privacy is a cover-up, an attempt to bury something that could ruin the legacy of a Hollywood icon. This raises even more questions. Why did it take the attention of the media for anyone to care about Gene and Betsy's privacy? Their children were nowhere to be found during the final years of their lives, and now, suddenly, they're stepping in to protect their father's image. Could this sudden interest in controlling the narrative be about more than just privacy? Is this about shielding their own image from whatever might be lurking in investigation records? One thing is clear, the true picture of Gene and Betsy Hackman's final days remains hidden behind legal walls. As Yoshi Feaster continues her fight for privacy, the Hackman children fight to maintain control. But what are they really protecting? And why is this battle over privacy taking place only now, after the public's interest has reached a fever pitch? As the court battle rages on, the public remains left to wonder, what is so important in those records that everyone, from the estate to the grieving mother, is so desperate to keep hidden? The fight for privacy is just beginning, and the questions surrounding this case only grow more complex with each passing day. But there's a larger question that we must all ponder. Why are we so desperate to know the truth? And who ultimately gets to decide which truths are worth revealing? The court's decision has set a precedent that will ripple through the judicial system. In a world where public interest in celebrity is ceaseless, where does the line between public curiosity and private dignity fall? And when the line is crossed, who bears responsibility for the consequences? For now, the Hackman family and their associates may have successfully sealed the truth. But the questions linger. Will we ever learn the full story behind Gene and Betsy Hackman's deaths? And if we do, will it be the truth we were hoping for, or something darker than we ever imagined?